2 a.m. Where are you from, Monk? Germany, damn. Why are you up at 2 a.m.? Alright, it looks like YouTube is up. Kick is up. And Twitch. Kick is up. And Twitch. And it looks like I gotta mute that. The audio is coming through. Oh, okay. Nice. Alright, let's see. Almost ready. Just gonna get one more stream going. Hoping I can stream this on TikTok. Jesus. Why is it so fucking loud? Probably should set do not stop. Oh, it is on. Okay. Alright, so phone's up. Anyone still in here? Alright. Hopefully everything's up. Let's adjust the volume there. Might have to turn these graphics down since I'm streaming. Yeah, let's just put them on low. Bump the FOV up. Don't know why I was running at 60 hertz, but alright. R. Okay. It's a little weird. Whoops. Frame rate is still dipping a little bit. Let's turn down the res. Whatever. Alright. A weird tutorial, but okay. So I ripped off Pong in here. Called it ping. Oh. Alright, can we rob this machine? Whoa. This one's underground. What is this crouch? Oh, you can't edit that. Oh, no, I don't want to open up Discord. What the f... No. It literally just minimized the game and opened up Discord. But it does the same for Twitter. Progress report. Engineering Playground first iteration is done and ready for testing. Excited to see the junior engineers go through it. Motor. What? Alright, so adjust the time of day. Hold on. Supposedly I have someone watching on Twitch and on Kick and on Game Jolt. No one on YouTube. Weird. Spider thing follow me or what? Yeah, it looks like it does. Neat. House of Sketch. This game seems too complicated for me. What is the sketch on this one? Brain hurts just looking into it. Building area. Build by yourself tab. Okay, you can just spawn stuff. Let's build a flashlight.
Alright, we're going to build a flashlight. Let's start by opening up the component library by pressing tab. And in here we're going to go into basic components tab and find the rod, which is here. Let's click on that. Now before placing it down, I want to use the scroll wheel to cycle the rotation so that it's facing me, like that. Place that down with left mouse button. And as you can see, it's a bit big, so we're going to scale it down in diameter. So let's press Control and hold Control to start scaling. Now I need to select diameter, so I'm going to press W, that's height, and W again. That's diameter. I'm going to use the scroll wheel to scale it down
Xenon
to
Leon is called Plasma. It's in early access.
There it is. Now we're ready to attach the next component, which is the cone. So open up the component library again.
Oops.
And we're going to find the cone. I think it's up here.
Alright, I messed that up. I wasn't paying attention, so... I guess that's good, right? Alright, now we gotta find a cone. Where was it? Cone. Alright.
There it is. And as you can see, it's a little bit too big, but it's also facing the wrong way. So we're going to fix the rotation by cycling the sockets with the scroll wheel. There we go. And we're going to place that down there. But as you can see, it's a little bit too big. So we're going to scale that down again with Control and just scale it down 50% with the scroll wheel. There's also, this could be a little bit inside the rod, and we have a tool for that. If we hold down Control and Shift, we have offset. So with the left mouse button, I can drag this into the rod by offsetting it by -100%. So that's looking better. Now all we need to do is add the light to it. So we're going to open up the components library. We're going to find out what kind of light sources we have by typing in light in the search. So we have a few but let's go with a spotlight. We're going to attach that. Now the light could be maybe a little bit stronger. So let's open up the properties editor by pressing E. And then here you find intensity, and you see it's set to 50%. Let's drive that up to 100%. The same with range. Let's go for 20. And angle, let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's go to 100. Why not? Now you can play along with the color as well if you want, but I'm going to leave it as is. Alright, so you can kind of see that it's already making some light here, but there's no way for me to control it. So
nice.
Let's add two more components, the switch and the controller. Let's open up the component library again with tab.
Oops.
And we're going to go into behavior.
Behavior.
And the switch is here at the bottom, so let's click on that. We're going to place that down there. It's a little bit too...
Alright. Messed up that switch, so... Switch.
big, so we're going to scale that down as well. Control, scroll wheel, down to, let's say, 40%. We're going to do the same with the controller. Controller is somewhere, I think it's further up here in the list, but you can also always search for it. Controller, there it is. Click on that. I'm going to place that down here. Now it's facing that. It's not really nice. It's facing the wrong direction. So let's start by rotating it by holding Shift and left mouse button, moving it to 90 degrees. And we're going to scale that down as well. Control scroll wheel down to, let's say, 40% as well. Now all we have to do is open up these skets and make the switch control the light. So Q to open the skets.
Alright, I gotta rotate this things. Rotation. Whoops. Not that. Not the whole thing. Jeez. Whatever. Let's see. What? What are you even talking about, Maisie? Let's see. How do I rotate that again? The other way. They had it facing the other way, right? Okay. I guess E doesn't work. I don't know, this is super complicated. Whatever.
Now we're not going to need this ticker node. We do need the spotlight and the switch. And here I just want to toggle, whenever I toggle the switch, I toggle the spotlight. You can play with on and off respectively, but this is the most simplest way of doing it. Alright, so let's close that with Q, and let's switch the state so that it's, oh, in there. That was a nice bounce. Alright, so it's off. I have to switch that on. And if I grab it again, you can see I now have a working flashlight. And whenever I don't want to use it, I just let go and
Alright, can we flip this? Is that working or no? This is messed up. I don't know if Game Jolt is working for chat. Can't see it. There we go. How come you can't hold it and toggle? Okay, it works. Look, the flashlight works. Wow. So you can't just carry this around and toggle it or what?
hit the off button again. All right, that's our flashlight.
Seemed pretty insane. Alright.
All right, we're gonna build a small base. Now to get started, we're gonna open up the component library by pressing tab. And we're gonna go into the structures tab and find the observation room right here. I'll click on that. I'm going to place that above the grass, like so, with the left mouse button. And as you can see, the room has a few holes in them. Now those are to extend your base in any direction you want, even upwards. But I just want to close them off for this build. So let's open up the component library. You can see I can add connectors to it, I can add more rooms, but I just want to focus on these blockers. So let's start with this default blocker here. Now you can see I can snap it to these yellow areas here. And I want to close this hole in the floor, but I don't want to just attach it to the left mouse button. I want to attach and clone with the middle mouse button. What that does is it places the block here, but I'm still holding it. So I'm able to quickly go to the next one, and this one I want to attach with left mouse button. So now it's gone from my hands here. So let's do that again to close these three holes here with the window blocker. So tab again to open the component library, and we're going to select the blocker window. These areas highlight with yellow, and I'm just going to go here, middle mouse button this one, middle mouse button again, and finally up here, left mouse button to attach. Alright, so we've closed these off. Now I want to close this hole off with just a door to make an entrance to our base. So open up the component library again, and we're going to select the door. As you can see, it snaps right into place. All I do is place it down with left mouse button. And now we're here inside our small base. We're closed off though from the outside, so let's add some way for us to exit the base. Let's start with adding a button. So open up the component library again with tab, and we're going to press behavior, and we're going to find the button and add that here. Now I need to control these as well, so I need to open the component library again and find the controller, and let's add that here. Alright, so now I need to control this button to open this door. So let's open up the sketch by pressing Q. Now I'm not going to need this ticker, and as you can see I have a few of these gray nodes here. Those are the structures, but I'm only going to focus on the door and the button. So what I want the button to do is when I press the button, it opens the door. Alright, so let's exit the sketch with Q, and let's switch the state of this base to simulate a state with R. Let's press the button. There you go.
Didn't
Door
work.
opens. I can now exit.
Can I grab
But the
structural?
door doesn't open.
Trapped
No, the door doesn't
inside.
close. Now, to do something about that, I need to exit. I need to enter the sketch again with Q. Now, what I want to do
Did I
here
mess it up?
is I want to have like a node in between here that handles the closing part. So separate these out a little bit. Let's press spacebar.
I think the door would be the other way around, but it was watching around. How's it going, Daniel? Oops. Maybe I messed that up. Button door, yeah.
And the button. So what I want the button to do is when I press the button, it opens the door. All right, so let's exit the sketch with Q, and let's switch the state of the space to simulate a state with R. Let's press the button. There you go. Door opens. I can now exit, but the door doesn't open. No, the door doesn't close. Now, to do something about that, I need to exit. I need to enter the sketch again with Q. Now, what I want to do here is I want to have like a node.
Huh. Alright, so it worked from the outside. Does it auto close or no?
In between here that handles the closing part. So separate these out a little bit.
Oh, okay, he's
Let's press
explaining now.
spacebar to open the node library. I'm going to search for the timer node. Here we go. Let's add that in between. I want the timer. What I want the timer node to do is when I press the button, it starts counting down for, let's say, 2 seconds, and once it's done, it closes the door. So let's try that out by pressing Q, and I press the button 1, 2. There you go. So let's try that out by pressing Q,
So
and
that's a timer. What's this? Oops. Oh, I closed out of it. Whoops.
all right, we're gonna build a C direction to start the with blocker. Mouse here, make an entry like the door is place base to exit the, and we're gonna start with adding a button behavior up the component I find also this button, this door. So let's open up the sketch by pressing Q. Now I'm not going to need this ticker, and as you can see, I have a few of these gray nodes here. Those are the structures, but I'm only going to focus on the door and the button. So what I want the button to do is when I press the button, it opens the door. All right, so let's exit the sketch with Q, and let's switch the state of the space to simulate the state with R. Let's press the button. There you go. Door opens. I can now exit, but the door doesn't open. No, the door doesn't close. Now, to do something about that, I need to exit. I need to enter the sketch again with Q. Now, what I want to do here is I want to have like a node in between here that handles the closing part. So separate these out a little bit. Let's press spacebar to open the node library. I'm going to search for the timer node. Here we go. Let's add that in between. I want the timer. What I want the timer node to do is when I press the button, it starts counting down for, let's say, 2 seconds, and once it's done, it closes the door. So let's try that out by pressing Q, and I press the button 1, 2. There you go. All right, so now I can press the button,
Neat.
exit, and it
Closes the
closes the
door.
door after me. But now I'm locked out. All right, so I need a way to get in. Now I could do the same way. I could have a button that opens it, but I mean that would let anyone in. So let's do something different here. Let's open up the component library again. I'm going to scroll down in the behavior tab for the keypad. So the keypad I'm going to add
Okay, I did
here,
this
left
wrong.
mouse button,
I was doing it
and
from the outside
what I
anyways,
want the
but
keypad to do,
that's
let's
pretty
open up
neat.
the sketch again.
You gonna
Up here,
keypad?
I want to drag out the keypad, and I want a logic node to compare whatever number I enter with the keypad, compare that with the password that we set,
It's pretty advanced.
and depending whether I insert the right password or the wrong password, it opens
Oops.
a door or does nothing. So let's open up the node library again, and we're going to look for comparator node. Comparator node here. We're going to do number into v1, and we want the whenever I press send, it's going to output the number into v1, and I want it to compare it at the same time. And what I want to compare it to is this v2 value. Now you see, it's not going to compare it to, it's going to compare it to none right now, but I can change that with this yellow button here. If I click on that, I can select the data type, what I want to compare it to, and in this case, it's a number. So I click apply, and let's select the integer, and we're going to type in our super secure password of 1234. Click apply, and if it passes that, we want the door to open. Let's try this out. Let's exit the scans with Q and switch the state to with R. And if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and send, the door opens. There we go. Now, if I input the wrong password, it would be nice to know that it's wrong. So let's add another component to it. Let's open up the component library with tab. We're going to add this component, LCD. I'm going to add it
What?
on top here. It's a little bit
Alright, I
too
messed that
big, so
up,
let's
huh?
scale it down to say 50%. What I'm
Rock.
doing here is I'm pressing Control, and I'm scaling it down with the mouse wheel. Let's scale the numpad to 80%. There's a gap here, so I'm going to detach this with right mouse button and attach it again with left mouse button. That looks better. Now, what I want here is, let's open the sketch again with Q. I'm going to drag the LCD node out into here, and whenever I pass, whenever the comparator passes, I want a message to be sent to the LCD, and the same thing for the failed state. So what I want to pass, currently it's going to pass none, because this is the payload of pass and payload of fail. But again, I have this data type button here, and I'm going to click on that. I'm going to select text, click apply, and tell it that this is the correct value, and this is the wrong value, or wrong password. So let's try that out. Q to close, and R to switch state. So if I do the wrong password 4, 5, 6, 7, send, it's going to say wrong. And if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, send, correct. Nice. Now, I have the same problem as with the button before. The door doesn't close. So that's an easy fix. Let's open up the sketch again. Now, whenever I pass, whenever the comparator passes and it opens the door, I also want to send another connection to start for the timer. Now, if you don't care for this line to be going through here, it looks a little bit ugly. So we can left click on the connection.
What? Typed it in, right? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some. Alright, something's messed up. Oh, yeah. That's why. Wasn't set to an integer. See you, dude. Me, man, what's up? How's that wrong? Alright, I gotta move this. Oh, I don't want to grab that. It's grabbing the whole building. Um, Alright, let's put it lower. Let's delete that. Let's put it over here. Whatever. How's that wrong still? Alright. Oh, it didn't save that as an integer? I thought it saved. Oh. Is it not saving that? Yeah, it's not. He has it on there as uh maybe I missed a step. Oh. Oops.
Let's open up the node library again, and we're gonna look for comparator node. Comparator node here. We're gonna do number into v1, and we want whenever I press send, it's gonna output the number into v1, and I want it to compare it at the same time. And what I want to compare it to is this v2 value. Now you see,
That's
it's
what.
not going to compare to, it's going to compare to none right now, but I can change that with this yellow button here. If I click on that, I can select the data type, what I want to compare it to, and in this case, it's a number. So I click apply, and let's select the integer, and we're going to type in our super secure password of 1234. Click apply, and if it passes that, we want the door to open. Let's try this out. Let's exit the scans with Q and
Alright. So I met
switch the state. Let's exit the scans with Q
can you do none?
and switch the state to with R. And if I do 1, 2, 3, 4 and send, the door opens.
Alright, so I
There we
was
go.
messing that up completely. PVZ gamer, what's up, dude? Let's see. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, that took way too long to figure that out. Alright. So let's go back in there. Set that. Alright, delete that. Pass. Start the timer. So 3 seconds. Let's see. Nice. Alright, so we have a door. Oops. Alright, so is that controller on the outside? Okay. So button, where's this button? Here. Alright, when you press it, start the timer. Opens the door. Neat. Alright. Thanks for the charge sticker, new Jazz Boy. That's like barely any time. uh, let's say 5 seconds.
Now, if I input the wrong password, it would be nice to know that it's wrong. So let's add another component to it. Let's open up the component library with tab. We're going to add this component, LCD. I'm going to add it on top here. It's a little bit too big, so let's scale it down to say 50%. What I'm doing here is I'm pressing Control and I'm scaling it down with the mouse wheel. Let's scale the numpad to 80%. There's a gap here, so I'm going to detach this with right mouse button and attach it again with left mouse button. That looks better. Now, what I want here is, let's open the sketch again with Q. I'm going to drag the LCD node out into here, and whenever I pass, whenever the comparator passes, I want a message to be sent to the LCD, and the same thing for the failed state. So what I want to pass, currently it's going to pass none, because this is the payload of pass and payload of fail. But again, I have this data type button here, and I'm going to click on that. I'm going to select text, click apply, and tell it that this is the correct value.
Here we go, 69,
And
69.
this
Let's
is
test this if it
the
works.
wrong value, or wrong password.
Oh,
So
granted.
let's try that out. Q to close and R to switch state.
And it closes. Nathan,
So
what's
if
up?
I do the wrong password 4, 5, 6, 7, send, it's going to say wrong. And if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, send, correct. 4. Now whenever I pass, whenever the comparator passes and it opens the door, so I can clean it better. So now when I press the button, it's going to open and close. And let's go outside again here, let it close, and if I do 4, 5, 6, 7, it's wrong. And if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, it opens,
Damn.
I enter, and it closes.
This
Oof.
game's pretty in-depth.
Good job, us. Now, you're free
What am I
to
doing?
add to this base
What do you
whatever you
mean?
want. You can extend it with a connector, another room. You can even affect the windows here. Let's actually do that just as a parting gift here. Let's open up the component library, and we're gonna find the knob. It's actually handy
Knob.
here. Click on that, add that to the base, and we're going to enter the sketch with Q. We're going to create some space here, hold this up, and we're going to drag out the knob, and we're going to drag out the observation room right here, and we're going to drag a connection between output analog value and let that control the glass opacity of the observation room. Now if we try that out, let's close the sketch with Q.
Alright, let's catch up with that. So you had a knob there. Oh, what game am I playing? It's called Plasma. It's early access on Steam. It's like you can build anything you want. Just watching the tutorials because it's my first time playing. Um, so let's see. So that was what, the knob, and then observation room, glass opacity.
Let's switch state with R. Now if I start operating this knob, you can see it dims the light. Sketch with Q. Opacity. Drag observation room right here, and we're going to drag a connection between output analog value and let that control the glass opacity of the observation room. Now if we try that out, let's close the sketch with Q. Let's switch state with R. Now if I start operating this knob, you can see it dims the light
What?
of the window for these windows on the observation base alone, but not for these three windows. That's because
That's
they
crazy.
are their own separate components.
So you can adjust the tint to the windows.
Now to change that, I just drag those components out, blocker 2, blocker window 3, and connect those to the same value, output analog value into all of them.
So windows.
Exit the sketch with Q again, and now it controls all the windows. So yeah, now you have a base, and I'm going to leave you with that, a small base.
Alright, so let's. Alright, it's synced. Blacked out windows. So you can't see inside. You can kind of. What? That was locked again. So this is like I didn't make this game. It's on Steam. I'm just playing it. Alright, let's see.
Alright, let's build the plasma cannon. Now to start with, I want to open up the component library by pressing tab. We're in the basic components tab, and I want to use the cube, but I'm probably going to be using it more than once, so I want to add that to my quick bar. If you have it in your quick bar, you don't have to do anything, but I'm missing it, so I'm going to hover over it. I'm pressing 1, and you can see it's in our number 1 slot here. So I'm just going to close the component library with tab and press 1 to spawn it in front of me. There we are. I'm going to place it down with left mouse button, and I'm going to start by scaling it. Now to scale it, I'm holding down Control, and I'm using W while holding down Control to select width axis, and I want to scale that up to 1.5 using the scroll wheel on the mouse. So 1.5, W again for height, that's 0.75, and W again for depth to scale it to 1.5. There we go. Now I want to switch the state to sort of have it on the ground there. That's R. And here it is. And this is our base for our plasma cannon. Now let's build the control panel next by opening up the component library with tab. And we're going to use the hexagon panel. So let's click on that. it's laying down here. It's kind of bright at the moment, but I want it to stand up. So we're going to use the scroll wheel to cycle the sockets. So it's standing up. And let's place it down. Now it's not facing the right way, so I want to hold down Shift and the left mouse button to rotate it to 90 degrees so that it's facing sort of this axis here. And I want to scroll it with Control.
Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. How do you switch from scrap mechanic? Yeah, it's similar to that, I guess. Xanderman, what's up? Or Xanarman? Um, how come? How come you can't adjust that? At least it's not letting me. All right.
Stand up. So we're going to use the scroll wheel to cycle the sockets. So it's standing up. And let's place it down. Now it's not facing the right way, so I want to hold down Shift and the left mouse button to rotate it to 90 degrees so that it's facing sort of this axis here. And I want to scroll it with Control, W for diameter and W again for height. And I'm going to scale it up, scroll wheel again to 1.5. All right, this is sort of the base. Let's add the components that we want to control the plasma cannon with. So I'm thinking a lever and a knob and a button. So let's find those. Component library.
Oh, that's on the right, but
It's
whatever.
somewhere in behavior. Let's find out. It should be down here. So that's a lever. I want a knob. That should be up here. And the button. That's way up here. All right. And then to control all of these, I want to use a controller. Here we are. These are intersecting a little bit. Let's fix that. There we go. All right, so now we have to do the plasma cannon itself, but I'm going to build that as its own separate device. So in here with nothing in front of us, let's press tab and let's find the mechanic components. Now, the servo is perfect for what we want to do to control the direction of the plasma cannon.
Am I making a game
And down
now?
here is a single axis joint, which is perfect for handling the pits. I'll explain this as I go along. So let's start with the servo. It's facing upwards, and I don't want that, so I'm going to use the scroll wheel to cycle the rotation. There we go. So it's facing me, like that. Now it's going to rotate in any direction that I want, 360 degrees. Now on top of that, I want to add the single axis joint. So component library again, find the single axis joint, and let's attach that on top of it. Now you can see the single axis joint is going to rotate 90 degrees in this direction and 90 degrees in the other direction. So that's perfect for handling the pits up and down. So on top of this, I'm going to have the base for the cannon itself. So let's add a cube by pressing 1. Center it down there, and let's scale it down just slightly, just one tick, to 0.38 on all axes. Now let's make it a little bit cooler by having some decorative components on it. Let's open up the component library again. Let's see what we have here.
What's a
We
blizzard?
have a few parts. How about this one? I think this could look cool. Add it there. That's sort of like the backside of it.
What was
And
that?
here, how about another hexagon? So in basic components, hexagon panel. Let's click here in the middle. and let's scale it up.
Was it that
Uh,
one?
on
I
hexagon. So
missed it.
basic components, hexagon panel. Here, add it again. Let's see what we have here. We
Decorative
have a
part.
few parts. How about this one? I think this could look cool. Add it.
Probably putting this together wrong. um, was it this one? Maybe.
There. That's sort of like the backside of it. And then here, how about another hexagon? So in basic components, hexagon panel, let's click here in the middle and let's scale it up. I want to go to height, so that's S, and scale it up with the mouse wheel again, the scroll wheel. So that's looking pretty good. Let's add a component. Let's add the plasma cannon on top of it. Plasma cannon. That here, and yeah, let's add a little. This is a bit flat somehow. So let's add one component. I have one in mind. Decorative. Let's
Is that
add
center?
this
Looks like it.
plate right here, and let's rotate it like that. So that's looking pretty good for me. You can do whatever you want, but I think this looks good to me. So now that we have the plasma cannon here and the base over there, I can take this entire device and I want to grab it by the servo because that's the component that I want to attach the plasma cannon with to the base. So I'm going to grab the servo, I'm going to place it somewhere around there, and obviously it's facing the wrong direction.
Yes.
And so I want to hold down shift while looking at the servo and rotate it. Now it's facing the same direction as the controls. Now all I have to do is hook up the skets. Now, like I said, I want the lever to control the single axis joint here, the knob to control the direction of the servo, and the button to control when to shoot the plasma cannon itself. So let's open up these skets with Q. Let's get rid of this ticker, we don't need that. And we're gonna grab the lever, we're gonna grab the knob, and we're gonna grab the button. Now the lever is gonna control the single axis joint, and now I have to do something in between here. If I do output position to target rotation like this, the lever outputs minus 100 degrees, well, minus 100% to 100%. And the single axis joint is going to understand that as minus 100 degrees and plus 100 degrees. It's not going to go all the way because it can only go to 90 and minus 90. So I can just show you real quick. If I do this, this is a little bit too much. There's no reason for me to pitch the cannon by this much. I mean, it could just be dangerous. Um, so let's limit how much this lever can control the single axis joint by getting rid of this line by hovering over it and right-clicking. And we're gonna add a logic node by pressing spacebar. This is our node library here, and we're just gonna search for the percentage mapper right here. Now, what this is going to do is I want the lever to deliver the percentage, its percentage, to the percentage mapper, and I want it to control. Basically, I'm going to map it from, let's say, well, minus 30 degrees to 30 degrees. Now, because it's delivering a minus value as well as a plus value, I want to use the negative limit. Otherwise, it's only going to recognize 0 to 100. but with this ticked, it's going to recognize -100 to +100. So now obviously nothing is going to happen if I don't tell it to map the new percentage. So every time it outputs the position, or the position of the lever changes, it's going to also map
Good
the
night,
new
Kevin.
percentage. So we're going to take the output, put that to target rotation, and let's see what happens now. That's more like it. You can still shoot kind of close down, but that's fine,
Whoops.
probably. Now, the next thing we want to do is the knob to control the direction. So we'll drag out the servo, and it's the same deal here. Output analog value to target rotation. The knob only delivers 0 to 100, and the servo is just going to interpret that as 0 to 100 degrees. So if I turn the knob all the way, I can only shoot left. That's not good. So let's use another percentage mapper. Let's get rid of this line and space and another percentage mapper. And then output analog value to percentage, and I'm going to map it as well. And the number to target rotation, so that's all set up. Now I just have to add, let's say 90 degrees to -90 degrees. Now because the knob is not outputting any minus value, I don't need to use the negative value. So this should pretty much just work out exactly how I want it to. And there you go. I can rotate the plasma cannon 180 degrees. Now it's facing forward, but the knob here is facing like downwards to the right. It's not nice necessarily. It's easier if I would recognize where it's aiming from just by looking at the knob. So let's switch the state here, and let's rotate with shift. Let's rotate the knob by 135 degrees. So that's, now it's aiming somewhat forward, and if I turn right, it's turning right, left, left. So it's more in line
Oops.
with where the plasma cannon is facing. Now all I have to do now is hook up the button. So button, plasma cannon, this is easy. Whenever I press it, I want it to shoot. Let's see what happens. There we go. Now we can do a little target practice here. Let's add a cube with one,
That's not
and then
exactly.
another cube on.
Let's see, rotation. It's not gonna be perfect, I guess.
Top of it, one, and another one. There we go. It's going to be our target. So let's see if we can aim for that. Maybe a little bit high. Yeah, let's. So another one, and then this is easy. Whenever I press it, I want it to shoot. Let's see what happens. There we go. Now we can do a little target practice here. Let's add a cube with one, and then another cube on top of it. One, and another one. There we go. It's going to be our target. So let's see if we can aim for that. A little bit high. Yeah, that's. I'm not really good at this. Ah, we got it. There we go. Now, obviously, you can do your own additions to it. You can add like a camera on top of it and have it zoom in and have like a screen here so that you can see exactly where you're aiming. You can have a slider maybe here that controls the speed or the power, or have like a switch to control the gravity. This is kind of fun as well. Puts gravity on the plasma cannon. so it's kind of more fun maybe to aim. But I'll leave that all up to you, and I'll
Nice.
leave you with this: our plasma cannon.
All right, so I did all three of those. It's just a light switch. Oh, it just changes colors. Huh. Oh, a random number. Nice. It's pretty neat. What does FA do? Saves progress. Oh, jeez. People actually made all kinds of stuff. Um, that looks creepy. Walking bot. Oh, nice. Uh, rotate. Let's see. That looks pretty creepy. Alright, can we shoot this thing? RIP. Um, Minesweeper. Someone built Minesweeper inside the game. Seriously, dude? Dock or undock? Wow. Alright. That's crazy. Let's see the logic for this. So they did Lua programming inside of this game. Look at that. Brain hurts just thinking of that. Look. Alright. Can I interact with it? I thought, oh, maybe you have to look at it. What was it, F? Oh, I'm looking at it wrong. I'm on the backside. Oh, okay. Oh. don't get it. Where's this thing? Oh, docking. See, is this the docking station? Weird. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's crazy. Oh. There we go. Assuming you have to reset that. Alright. Let's delete this. Oops. Why can't I delete that one? Oh well. um. Finally, what's up, Andrea? How do you spell it? How do you pronounce it? Is it Andrea or Andrea? This guy. Yeah. I'm actually gonna end this stream pretty soon, so. Andrea, okay. Let's see. Sort by links. Can you search? Someone made a 3D printer. Crap. We already killed the robot. There's a Wheatley. Oh, first person blaster. Let's try that. And then I said it wrong second time. Let's see. Why is this not letting me? Okay, there we go. This is hovering. Mount. Oh, there we go. Someone actually made a gun. My frames are dropping so bad. I don't get what's on the left side though, but it's probably a glitch because I'm running ultra wide. Oh, I just blew up that blaster. Can you destroy the base? That works so hard on. I wonder if it has a certain damage amount. What is that? I know, this is pretty loud. Should we kill the spider or no? He's trapped. Don't kill the spider. Spare his life. Alright. You know what? It's dead now. The power got shut off. Whoops. What is B? Oh, it just switches the menu. That's weird. Alright, I saw a truck on there. Let's spawn that. Since I'm too lazy to build anything. Oh, a Golf GTI. Okay. Radio. Is it broken? Can we get inside it? Oh, they had to get off from it. Okay. How do I open the door? I'm assuming you can drive it, right? Reset. Okay. There's a door there, but it's not even opening. There's no. Is there a remote? GTA style. I mean, technically, I could do this probably. Um. Oh Took the whole side off. Uh. There we go. That worked. I already flipped it over. I know, right? That mirror is making this lag so bad. Supposedly there's a radio. Is that the suspension? Um, oh, it's headlights. What is that horn? I don't know. I don't hear any music unless the music in the game's like 0%. Oh well. That looks really weird. Yeah, it kind of did. What? Said this was a shotgun and it's just blowing smoke. Um, okay. Teleported back. Oh, that was disappointing. Wearable headphones. Some people have too much time on their hands to make all this shit. Boombox. Like it took me like 20 minutes to make a flashlight. People are making like insane things. Aim trainer machine. A Roomba. Alright. Do you have to turn it on or what? It's on. Is it just not going grass or something? Alright, let's. There's a shotgun back there, right? Alright, let's see. My special code. Whoops. Let's put it on the ground in here. Still not, still not moving. Goes for what? 3 seconds? Um. All right, let's add a button. Oh, it's picking a random direction, right? Yes, but it's not moving. Yeah, it doesn't like grass. I know there's grass sticking up through the floor. Is it not above the ground? No, it is. Why is it not going though? Yeah, it's Did it say something on the menu about it? Just moves around randomly, but it's not moving around. Huh. Some different ones. Roomba friend. Oh, there's a knife on it. Wow. Let's try this one. Oops. It's the bottom there. There we go. Whoops. Wrong. Alright. What? Oh, it's in two pieces. Whoops. I think I messed up. This game is like too complicated. Let's try that again. Alright, so rotation. No. Why can't I grab it? It's like not working. Can only flip it that way. There we go. It's not going on the ground though. Yeah, I can't move on the ground. Now I'm locked inside. Yeah, it's not even letting me do that. Now it's moving the whole base. Good job.